well, yeah. We started with, you want me to repeat
Yeah.
it? We just started with David.
Oh, stop throwing punches at the wrong things.
Yeah, take your energy, save up your energy from all those punches you've been throwing at the wrong things, and just put it into one direction, and then it would have some teeth. And then I said, like, certain people are associate, like, let's say they're 72, they associate with a very linear trajectory for their careers that's very stable, and they imagine that the economy has a bunch of those available, and as such they don't understand when people aren't following those, or those things aren't giving back.
Right. And I feel like I could put this into, or it makes me want to put it into sort of a subject or title header sort of thing called, like, what is a calling? And what does it mean to answer that call? And I feel like he being from the militant side of things, or
Yeah,
military,
this is precisely right.
you know, he can speak into that in one way, but so can I. And even though I am not in the armed forces, though I consider that obvious, like clearly, I mean, it'd be stupid not to, you know? But, right, the imagining that the 300 other fields, like you said, kind of, there might be
Mm-hmm.
where he as a pilot found his passion and his calling
Yeah,
and
and it's a
was,
very see, the thing is, it's like a really linear, clear cut thing. Like, when you say like armed forces, like it's, and I like it too, like actually hierarchy and clear direction are, and like execution in a way that's really almost technical, is um it's actually at the base of all these careers, right? Like even the ones that are more creative, like even the ones in tech. But the thing is, the conceptualization of how to anchor your calling into those pathways is not always clear cut. And those pathways are changing too. So, yeah, adaptability, I guess that's the thing. Like if you learn to be a pilot and you learn to fly like a certain level of airplane, like then you don't really have to grow like in some way. You get experience and that makes you grow to some extent, but let's if you're in like the fields, the world is a little bit more like malleable now, so you're like you have to grow in ways constantly that and reattach that aren't, as clear as just like continually like driving a bus into the center of town and bringing it back every day.
yeah.
And so having empathy with that ephemeral or opaque, you know, landscape is not that easy. So for certain people, and then there's people like
Well,
your brother who like just suffer with trying to like take the fog out of the picture, and they're not sure where they belong, and it's not clear at all.
not the least to them would be one response, but I don't necessarily think that's true because I think he has a pretty clear idea of what it is that he wants to do and was born to do. I mean, come
Yeah,
on,
maybe you're right.
let's face it, you know, and it's some things are,
Well, then it is about a little bit of ego. It's like, okay, like I can do some personal artwork and I can put it out there, and then so what if like nobody wants me? And the thing about that, I just like having written a bunch of books and tried to like send them out to places. You're never gonna succeed if you're not willing to put yourself out there. I think that's why comedy
yeah,
is like so. In some ways, comedians, it's like this high art form because they have like this really like it's an interactive and immediate response to what they're doing, their art form, and it's their adjustment and ability to take feedback and like sculpt their whatever their show is like driven by all these iterations. Whereas you could write a book for 5 years and you don't have any feedback on it at all, and then it's like, oh, they rejected me.
right. Well, and that's feedback, yes. It's actually pretty critical, and it's something that
being able to take it and continue to that's my only point, like being able
Yeah.
to take it and to continue to make an effort and see your vision and continue to like shift your vision just because maybe you got some feedback that wasn't the most ideal even, like because a lot of people including myself is like you can easily be in this all or nothing category. It's like you put your heart and soul into something whatever it is, and then like somebody says, they say, oh, this is really good, but here's a little corner you could fix or whatever, and you can take that like right on the nose and it's like, ah, it hurts and I don't want to even engage, you know. But yeah,
Yeah.
some of life is about learning to engage after you got hit right in the face, you know.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna write him a letter to be like, Dave, we love you.
Yeah,
You know, we hear you. Because we love and hear you, please trust that these next words come from the heart.
right.